If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Put on the race.
Welcome back to Legend of Zelda Oracle Seasons, everybody. We're gonna go fight a boss. Yay!
Thankfully, what got cut out in between the episodes was nothing but these two assuming I was racist. I referred to something at my work being organized by color, and oh boy. They didn't say anything bad, but they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, no, I mean like red, yellow, green, blue. I'm just glad you guys didn't say anything bad. Not that you would, I know you're good, wholesome Christian boys.
Well, Christian can sometimes, not be so good.
Gus, I just think it's really brave of you that you're a member of the Westboro Baptist Church. God, can you fucking imagine?
I was invited to protest them once.
Why didn't you go?
College, school,
That's fair.
travel.
Not wanting to get shot.
That too.
Westboro Baptist Church, if you're out there, you suck.
A lot.
Like,
Oh my god.
you suck the biggest of juicy wet turds.
You got a time turn. You can go back to the Oracle of Ages.
Whee!
You can go back to the same game that's slightly different.
Yeah. Hey, it's got an arrow. It said.
Thank you, Brappo. I too received part of the gift of time. I just dreamt of Spool Swamp out west. Something is afoot there.
Anyone came up to me and said I dreamt of Spool Swamp, I'd be concerned.
I thought it said Stool Swamp at first.
Ew.
This is a gross place.
Brappo, you need to go to Stool Swamp. I accidentally flushed my engagement ring. You have to look through all the turds for it, please. Do you ever wonder in your life what the weight in total of poop you've made is?
I've never wondered.
I mean,
before now.
Now I'm really.
And like how it compares to the amount of food you've ingested by weight?
Huh. I mean, I've eaten a lot of food.
Do you think there's someone out there who's
thinking
like
about it
Evans? Who's like Even Stevens, like they've pooped the exact weight of food they've eaten out.
Oh.
Because I mean, there's some foods that like it weighs the same going in as it does going out, because there's like a lot of fiber or whatever.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't thought of Even Stevens in so long.
Yeah, that really aged me, didn't it?
It did.
I'm having.
I'm actually old enough that I remember that show and I remember not liking it.
You wanna know how I want to age me again, Gus? You ready?
I'm ready.
You know, Gus, you're a really good friend of mine. I think you're all that and a bag of chips.
Jesus.
There's a time capsule for you right there.
Yep.
And I am lost.
Oh god, don't say that. Dude, I have these moments every day at work.
I
A lot of the people I work with are like either like 18, 19 or like just entering their 20s. And I'll say something and they'll look at me like, what the fuck are you on about? And it's like my coworkers who are like in their 30s and 40s, like, I know what you're talking about, Jeremy. And I'm like, I hope so.
That's one of those phrases, like, is it an actual reference to something specific? Because I just remember it as a phrase.
I have no idea. I just remember it as a phrase where everyone said that if something was like fucking cool.
Right. Okay, so yeah.
I mean, I remember when people spelled fat with a PH.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Like unironically.
Oh yeah. think that was just a middle school phase.
No, I remember like it being a thing in like pop culture.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, man. Like it'd be one of those things like you sometimes would see like magazine articles and stuff. Like check out like how fat this guy looks, and it's like, oh god. I'm trying to remember what are some more dated things.
I don't know. I tried to talk about He-Man at the beach with some of the other lifeguards, and yeah, none of them knew what He-Man was.
He's the guy from that YouTube meme, right?
Oh my god!
Anything about him?
To be fair, you probably only know about him because you got hand-me-downs from me.
I was about to say you have the curse of.
I mean,
you are nostalgic for what we grew up with because you got hand-me-downs.
Pretty much. Well, I don't know. They also had that like revival show or whatever when I was younger.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, He-Man's bitching, so. That's another thing people don't say, actually, Gus.
Bitching.
Yeah.
Bitching was fun.
I was hanging out with some coworkers a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Man, this is bitching," and they're like, "We know what you're saying, but like, that's like an old term." And I'm like, I mean, it's not like old, right? Like, I feel like swagging's like more dated, and like, yeah, but like nobody says bitching anymore.
I feel like people say swag ironically now, though.
Oh, 100%. The amount of times I'll go to my coworkers and be like, this is, as you kids say, pretty cool. Or just say like some stupid narc shit like that, and they're like, oh my god. You're not even 30, why are you acting like this?
Mm-hmm.
I think right now it's still, if something's cool, people just say dope.
Yeah.
I feel like that's timeless.
That one's been around a minute, and I feel like it's still relevant.
Same with like the phrase cool. Although I have a group chat I'm in with some friends and coworkers, and I call it the Cool Kids group chat. And the first thing they all said to me is like, well, it's not cool if you call it cool. And I'm like, it's cool because I say it's fucking cool. I don't care. And then they're like, well, I guess that does make it cool. I'm like, damn fucking right.
You know, I never thought about the fact that my definition for cool is not the actual definition of cool.
Is yours when something's warm rather than when something's less warm?
Well, no. I mean, like, the way you're using it, like, the same way as you would use, like, dope or sweet or, like...
Well, I feel like cool has, like, a couple of definitions.
Yeah. But I feel like it doesn't... Oh, man. What's even, like, the base word for that? That isn't just
radical.
Oh, God.
Bad. Spiffy. That's an old one. Spiffy.
That is a very old one.
Chutzpah's a personal favorite of mine.
I liked Clutch a lot when I was in high school.
I think it was just the areas we grew up in being different, but Clutch never really stuck around.
Oh, it
except for like the actual thing with like sports or like competition really of like, hey, you came in clutch.
Obama said it once in a video where he was playing basketball and made a three-pointer, and I think it died there.
Oh, probably.
He like threw the ball behind his bed, made the basket, and was like, "That's clutch," and like walked off camera.
Think about what terms could be available in like
in the future.
10 years. Yeah, just 10 years. Think of all the new terms you'll hear.
Let's start one. Can we have one be just like, that's rancid?
That's fucking rancid. Oh.
Hey Nolan, I saw what you did today after work. That's pretty rancid, man. Oh no, putrid. It has to be putrid. The new way of calling someone cool is just describing their scent, and the more atrocious, the better.
We're already missing sick nasty. It's it's time for rancid.
Man, that's pretty vile.
When I was a freshman in college, the kids from the local town used to say dirty.
Oh, I remember.
Like, oh, did you see the trailer for the Avengers movie? Oh man, that's so dirty. Dating myself again. An Avengers movie was a hot topic.
The original Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one where they threw a trash can lid.
Yep.
Gus is actually 53 years old. Oh my god. You're in a pouch.
Yep.
Did you know the inside of a kangaroo's pouch is fleshy and a little moist?
I did not know that. I'm a little upset to know that, actually.
I don't know if that's actually true. I've heard it about it, but I don't know if that's true or not.
I think it is. Cause there's like a whole documentary I saw where they had like little Joey on the inside. It was like a fetus looking thing.
Yeah, no one's really into watching vor documentaries. It's not even a fetish thing. He just finds it fascinating.
I mean, I was gonna say it was a little gross, but I mean,
if you go on rule34.net and you just click on any picture, Nolan likes reading and watching stuff about half the tags.
You need to call him out like that, Jeremy. Jesus.
I just want people to be able to send him stuff he can read.
I comment on every single post.
He just comments saying, I know about this.
Relatable. Like,
it's a picture of like Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot, like fucking a squirrel, and he's just like,
wait. Nolan, do you know about My Life as a Teenage Robot?
I know it's my like, yeah, that was out when I was a kid.
Was it? Okay.
Oh, thank God. Yo, Gus, you want to see if Nolan's really with the shit? Let's quiz him on pop culture from when we were younger.
Oh no.
Do you remember Sister Sister?
I remember hearing it on TV, but I never watched it.
Alright, do you remember the Oswalds?
No.
Alright, what about Captain Planet?
Heard of Captain Planet? I don't know.
Alright, what about Sagwa?
Sagwa? That's foreign.
Gus, do you know what Sagwa is?
Nah.
It was a PBS show about a Chinese cat.
Oh, we didn't watch PBS.
And it was like made for like 2 seasons, and I just remember the theme song goes like, Hope on yo, something else in Chinese, Sagwa.
Yeah, I don't remember that one at all.
Alright, Nolan, do you remember the Mario Super Show?
Yeah, I do.
Baba Luigi.
Mama Luigi.
I love how the first episode of that show, like 2 minutes in, Mario just goes, "Fuck you, Luigi."
I love the sex education video for Mario and Luigi.
There he is talking about sex again.
I mean, it's pretty good.
He has it
That's
once and thinks he's
disgusting.
an expert at it.
I still think of you as a minor. That actually repulsed me a little bit. I don't know why. You almost certainly haven't been a minor in a hot minute, but
Big forget pot. And for my show, my brother Luigi.
Gus, I'm sure you imagine Nolan as like a fucking 14, 15-year-old kid still too, huh?
I've managed to move past it, but it did take a minute.
All right, Nolan, do you remember Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Yes, he does.
We have a story about that.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
So
if it's appropriate, please elaborate.
So, Nolan is not old enough to remember when the original Dragon Ball Z aired. I, however, was obsessed with it when it aired. So when Dragon Ball Z Kai came out and it was on Nicktoons with like, they edited Mr. Popo to be blue for Nicktoons, I was watching that every night. And then my parents changed our satellite
cable.
TV.
Like they went from DirecTV to Dish.
Yeah, something like that. And we didn't have the Nicktoons, and so I was a teenager. I was like 16 probably. Like, I didn't care. Nolan, however, being 10 years younger than me, was like, why aren't we watching Dragon Ball Z? And I was like, well, we don't get the channel anymore. And cried for so long that Dad had to call the company and add the channel back in.
That's fucking hilarious. I can just imagine Nolan going like, I want to watch Dragon Ball, and the channel's not there anymore. And if you call the company and watch the channel, I can watch it with my brother Gus.
Bro, I remember like sitting there and I was just like envisioning Piccolo in my mind. I just wanted to see him.
I'm sure you fucking drew like Dragon Ball. Like, maybe I can draw my own Dragon Ball characters and it'll fill the void in my heart.
Dude, as soon as it came on, it was just like every other episode because it was a fucking Frieza fight. Where it's just like every other episode is just them being like, man, Frieza's real tough.
Like, imagine like that was like your first like, why am I feeling funny down there moment was when Dragon Ball came back. You're like, I don't know why I feel funny, but I'm really excited and happy. And Gus was like, oh hey, I guess I can watch Kai again. Cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks for being a little bitch boy, Nolan. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, then we were at your wedding and our cousin was talking to my girlfriend and he was just like, yeah, Nolan, you could just like push him over, he'd cry. You could just like take away his toy, he'd fucking cry. And I'm like, you know what? You don't have to be so fucking honest, you bitch. Like,
you look at you now, it takes 2 or 3 pushes before you cry.
pretty much.
Oh man, what I would do just to be able to see a clip of you like just super upset that you can't watch Dragon Ball anymore, and Gus is just like, I mean, it's fucking just Dragon Ball. Like the original's better than Kai, honestly.
Bro,
Kai's good, but
we
like,
still got Dexter's Laboratory. Like, what are we so worried about?
you're like, I want to watch Piccolo. I fucking love Piccolo, Mom. How am I gonna know what happens after they charge that solar blast for 10 episodes?
Well, I was invested. I mean, it was on every night. We like went all the way through the same.
More importantly, you got the George Lopez show back.
Yeah.
When you inevitably fell asleep and woke up at 2 in the morning and just heard dun 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 dun. You're like, what time is it? Oh god, it's like 2. Turn off the TV and go to my room.
I'm convinced the George Lopez show only exists at 3 a.m. Like, I feel like even if it were to be put on Netflix, it would only be available after 3 a.m.
It's like time gated, where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, it's not an obscene hour of the night. You can't watch this. I'm sorry.
Oh, you just wake up
Or
at
like-
3 a.m. to
You're just fucking asleep, and Netflix turns on, and you just start hearing, "Oh my friends." got a low rider. Boom, 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 boom. And you're like, what the fuck? I turned the TV off like 5 hours ago. Did
And all
I?
of a sudden you have a screaming Mexican on your screen. And you're like,
hello,
"Oh, fuck."
I'm a really washed out shitty comedian. Please watch my show. The royalties are what pay for my bills.
It gave me the Ray Romano treatment.
At least Ray was funny.
Maybe
well,
that's...
I can tell a sad story if you want.
Do it.
Oh, good.
So I had the original fucking 3DS Fat, as the kids call it. It was the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it was a regular DS, not fucking 3DS. It was the DS Fat, the blue one. And I was playing it one time, like I put it away, and when I opened it back up, the top screen was broken. Because it was one of those things, like if you put a little bit of pressure on the right spot, it'd crack the screen a bit for the top screen.
Which is
just
wild,
a design
because,
flaw with the clamshell.
see, I remember dropping mine down like several flights of stairs and like putting it through the dishwasher and shit, and it still worked.
Yeah, like you can do all that shit, but if you like, because it was like a trapezoid on top.
Yeah.
If you put pressure on one of the corners of that trapezoid, it would just crack. But I still had the warranty because my mom got it at Toys R Us. And she's like, I'm going to get the warranty because I know for a fact you're going to love this thing to death like you did your Game Boy SP. So I might as well pay like the $50 now and get like 2 or 3 years of like replacement parts and warranty. And naturally I came home and I was crying. I'm like, my DS is cracked and I didn't even do anything. Like it was just in a bag and it got moved and it cracked. And Mom's like, all right, well, let me find the receipt. I'll call them up. And then she called them up and they're like, hey, yeah, like across the city, like there's this little business that'll repair it. Just, we're going to call them. Just give us like your name and then like a phone number for you and we'll set it up and you can just bring it there and fix it. And so my mom drives halfway across the city and was like, all right, cool, here it is. Like, how long is it going to be in there? It's going to be like 2 or 3 days for us to just, we got to order the screen and it'll come in and then we can replace it. We'll give you a call when it's done. And so I'm like, cool, I can just play my SP. I was just playing Pokemon in the Game Boy slot anyway, like no biggie. I made sure to take like all my games out. I even took the stylus out of the DS. Because I'm like, they're going to lose that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And fucking, I get a call like 2 or 3 days later, and like, hey, like, we fixed your DS. If you want to come grab it, like, just mention your name, and they'll ask for your phone number, and then they'll want to see your ID to make sure it's you, and then like you can come grab it.
Man, I snapped my DS Lite in half.
Yeah, Nolan had an.
Well, it gets
was
sadder.
It was a DS Lite. He literally ripped it in half. I still have the pieces.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Future me, throw a picture of Nolan's original DS, please.
Oh, good.
So, my mom, like, after a long day of work, she picks me up from daycare. And she's like, all right, well, let's go get your DS. It's like, it's a Thursday, so you'll have it for the weekend, blah, blah, blah. I think I had like I had like a trip coming up the next week. So Mom's like, I want to make sure you have it for that. And they put it in a little shitty fucking cardboard brown box and they gave it to her and they're like, all right, here you go. Mom's like, all right, cool. And then we get in the car. Mom's like, all right, just check it to make sure like it works and shit. Cause I'm already here. I'm not going to drive like 20 minutes again. Like it's just a waste of time and gas. I opened this fucking box up and I shit you not. They grabbed my DS, put it in a box, and then gave it back to my mom. They didn't do anything to it. They literally just fucking grabbed it, put it in a fucking box, and tried to hand it to her. I'm like, Mom, they didn't fix it. Like, this is literally the exact same. Like, I recognize the crack. Like, they didn't do shit. And my mom's like, my mom's like, oh my god, I'm gonna go give them a piece of my mind. And I remember, like, we walked back in and she's like, hey, yeah, so you fixed this? And I'm like, yeah, We replaced the screen. All that. Mom's like, did you now? Because you just took it out of like away from the shelf that you put it on and just put it in a box because it's been like 2 or 3 days, and try to give it back to me. This is some shitty customer service. And they're like, there's no way we did that. And, like, they open it up and they're like, no, like your kid must have broken it. And I was like, no. You literally just put it in a box. I remember what the correct look at. It's this. You literally didn't do anything. You literally just put it in a damn box. Like, you're gonna fix it now. And they're like, well, like, you'll have to pay like the $10 fee again. Mom's like, I'm not paying shit. You're gonna refund me right now anyway.
That's amazing.
And like went back and forth with the manager. And the manager's like, well, we can't. It's like, yeah. Apparently you can't do your job either. Like, she was just ripping a new one. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure she got her refund. She didn't pay for the second, like, for them to actually repair it. I know that. She might have even gotten the refund. And then, like, I think it was like, we'll get it done in, like, 2 hours. We have one thing like, 2 or 3 things working right now. And the second the queue clears up from that, we're going to do it. Mom's like, all right, I want to go take my kid to, like, GameStop or something. We're going to get stuff. He's going to get a game. And when we come back, it's going to be fucking done.
That's honestly amazing.
And it was. Shout out to my mom. She's fucking awesome. She always covered my ass. I knew if my mom got involved with some bullshittery that happened in my life, that it'd be fixed. Or that the people who didn't fix it would feel like shit.
Do you want to hear my story of the original clamshell DS, like the fat boy one?
Yeah, and then I gotta hear why Nolan ripped his in half like a gremlin.
That's actually a shorter story. You can tell that, Nolan.
Oh, basically,
Was it Nintendogs? I think it was Nintendogs.
No, it wasn't. I was in my room and I was playing New Super Mario Bros. And it was the you know the Yoshi minigame where you like blow into the mic and Yoshi flies up the screen and you try to beat your best time. Well, I was always like, yeah, I gotta beat my best time. I gotta fucking do it. And so I was blowing as hard as I could and overclocking the mic like so hard. And so I started getting pissed because he wasn't moving up the fucking screen. I was just like, what the hell is happening? Like, why isn't he going up? I should be getting a freaking Olympic medal for what I'm doing right now. And
context, Nolan is like 6 again.
Yeah. And so I just got so mad in the moment that I just took it. And you ever seen those videos where people like just fold Chromebooks in half and like just completely destroy the screen because they thought it like was a flip around one? That's what I did to the DS, but I knew it wouldn't flip around.
Nolan proved to me that the DS Lite was a very inefficient model.
And then, well, yeah, and then after that, it still like worked. I like you had to like reattach the screen on, but it'd still work. It wouldn't show any color. It would just be like white with outlines, so I could see the outline of Mario and all the platforms. But I just no color. It was black and white.
I remember a kid at my daycare got pissed at the same game, probably same reason, and fucking shit whipped his DS across the room and hit a wall and it fucking exploded. And then he started crying. It was like, you gotta call my mom. Shit's gonna be a new one right now. I gotta keep playing. And they called his mom, like, listen, your kid fucking did this shit. And I remember the mom was like, yeah, can you tell my kid not only am I not getting one right now, I'm just not getting him another one?
I mean, like, I remember when I broke mine, I just walked into mom's room and she hadn't even woken up yet. And I was just like, Mom, I don't know what happened, it just broke. And she knew exactly what fucking happened. Like,
she's like, that little fucking loser, he raged.
I think Mom and Dad made him wait a year to get a new one.
They made me wait till Christmas. It was till Christmas. Because Christmas, I got the Mario logoed one.
I feel like that's a good thing. It's like, you're gonna learn not to be a little fucking loser.
So, Jeremy, you want to do your Valley Girl voice again?
Like, my name's Rosa. Sorry, I have emphysema. My favorite ribbon floated out to sea. I was like, wanted to like go explore the turtle, but like I can't go out like this. Like, girl, this hair in autumn does not match. It's like wearing white before Labor Day. What are you, a fucking communist?
I like how you tried to add the likes in there, but she already had them in her dialogue.
I like how my emphysema cough was an actual cough.
So my DS story, I had the Fat Boy one. I had a red one. It came bundled with Mario Kart DS. And I actually remember asking for Christmas. I was like, Mom, I don't need a DS, but I want like a Game Boy Advance SP, because my Game Boy Advance had that syndrome where the L and R buttons just stopped working.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah. And she was like, okay, and I got the DS. And I must have been 13 when I got that. Senior year of high school, I still have that DS. And by then I have a DSi. And all my friends that were like, we went on our senior trip to Ohio. We went to Cleveland. And
Ew.
we were taking a bus, so my friends were like, oh, we should like all bring our DSs and play Mario Kart. So I brought my DS, my extra one, which was my old one, and we played Mario Kart. One of my friends had it in her backpack through the entire trip, never gave it back to me. I see her at my 12-year high school reunion a couple weeks ago, and like I'm introducing my wife to like all my high school friends and all that. And I had told her this story. So I go up to this friend and I was like, hey, do you still have my Nintendo DS? And she was like, the red one? Yeah, it's at my parents' house. I have it in like a bin with all my old electronics. Like, I didn't want to get rid of it in case I ever saw you again. And I was like, oh my god. So apparently her boyfriend and my wife and I are gonna go out sometime. She's gonna give me that DS back after almost 13 years.
That's amazing. Because most people probably have thrown it out or just been like, fucking whatever.
Right. And that's what I would have thought.
Because it was old tech at the time anyway.
Or just like claim it as their own or whatever.
Especially after like 13 years, you probably start thinking like, I don't remember when I got this, but I guess it's mine.
That's where I would have been with it.
Yeah, I have a lot of cases of like, I borrowed a game from a kid at daycare, and then they didn't come for a couple years. So I'm like, I guess this is fucking mine. And it's like, oh, or it's like, I'll find shit in my room, and I'm like, when did I get this? You want to know what my biggest struggle as of recent has been, Gus?
Hmm.
It's such a first world problem. It's kind of disgusting.
What is it?
So I have a credit card. I got my own credit card because at one point my credit score was 0. It's not that it didn't exist. It was actually 0.
Right.
Financial hardships, being a co-signer for someone else's card, blah, blah, blah. I got my own card and I'm like, cool, like I can build credit. And I saw my credit score dip and it's like, oh yeah, shit, I have to like spend the amount of it every month so I can build my credit score and pay it back. And I have the money to. So I've been just looking at Etsy like, all right, cool, I gotta spend like $60 to get that limit so I can get a better credit score. But I'm like, I don't know if there's anything I want. But like, I need to spend it. And I don't want to spend it on stupid shit.
You don't spend the whole credit card. The recommendation is 30% of what the total credit limit on that card is.
Well, I'm also trying to do it so like because the limit's pretty low.
Oh,
I'm trying to do that so like I'll increase the limit too, because if it's a low limit card, they want you to like, it's only like $200 or something. They want you to spend that much and then pay it back each month.
That's how I fudge my credit score. I have a GameStop card that has a credit limit of $100, and every couple months I'll just like blow the whole $100 on something like eShop gift cards or something, then immediately pay it off the next month.
Yeah, so like, I end up getting some stuff. I'm like, God damn, what a first world problem. Oh God, I have to spend money I don't want to spend that I have, so I can have a better number, so I can spend more money in the future.
Yep. That's about how that goes.
Because like I have enough income, I could probably do way more than 200 and be fine. But like, obviously, I can't. 1, 2, I'm not irresponsible. I already lived the hashtag poverty life. I don't want to do that again. It was not fun. It was not fun having to go to bed for dinner, not by choice, a few times a week. And then having to walk 2.5 miles to work in the morning at like 5.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And it was uphill both ways, actually. Like, legitimately.
You had to walk into a dip. Well, that means it was downhill both ways, too.
The uphill was a gradient that lasted a while. So
All right.
Fucking sucked.
We're back to the Valley Girl.
What the cute ribbon is it for me? Wow, like, thank you. Sorry. Sometimes inner demons come out when I'm thinking about men. So you're so nice. I'll go on a date with you. Let's look in your urethra. What? That's what the magnifying glass for. It's for your micro penis.
Key.
It's a magnifying glass. Shh.
She's like the Hagrid of this world. She's the keeper of keys.
I don't like Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, I forgot you don't know Harry Potter.
You fucking troglodyte. There is no danger in that room and you got fucking hurt. You did this on the first episode too.
I do it all the time in these games. It's because I play with a joystick instead of the control stick.
I thought you were gonna say it's because you keep fucking fat fingering it.
Well, that too. To be fair, I probably would have done it with the D-pad.
Stop rubbing your greasy Vienna sausage fingers over the damn controller when you're playing. It does mean your fingers are tasty, though.
Yeah.
Your fingers go really nice with baked beans, Gus. I'm going to tell you a thought that's going to be terrible to think about. You ready?
Now he's back.
Imagine if your fingernails had hair.
Oh, that's weird.
Now imagine if your fingernails not only also had hair, but they're also always a little bit moist. How does that make you feel?
Gross.
Good.
Like, how moist? Like
if you squeezed your fingertip really hard, like a couple drops of moisture would come off.
Good.
Gross.
Imagine holding somebody's hand.
Nah.
Or
No,
just
I don't think I will, actually.
Or just like... I don't
Me
know,
touching another human, you're funny.
Holding somebody's hand and at the same time they have the same condition.
Imagine you're holding that person's hand and your fingernail hairs kind of get tied together. Like they snag on each other. So like, ow, hold on, stop. You know that means like girls in middle school would braid their fingernail hairs together, right?
Oh god.
Oh god.
And there'd be kids with fingernail dreadlocks.
Instead of like painting your fingernails, you're just like...
You just dye it with hair dye.
Dyeing it.
And that was a shitty date. I had so much fun. I hope that test comes back negative for chlamydia. Anyway, see ya. I got mine from Koala PT.
Koalapi.
Please never come back to my house or you're gonna get mace.
Yeah, Koalapi has chlamydia in it. Fun fact. There's your Flopfox fun fact of the day.
It wasn't so fun though.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, an STI. Gus, what STIs do you have?
Genital warts, AIDS, herpes of the asshole.
Wow, you don't even have HIV, you got straight AIDS? Oh my god. I'm sorry, man. Are you trying to collect them all and fill your, your cummy decks?
Yeah.
I'd love it when you change the season here, it just floods and you drown.
No, I already opened the floodgates. Also, I think it's time for next time on the Northern Folk Lodge, and we'll explore level 3, the Poison Moth's Lair. Bye, everybody.
If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and watch no one shit whip that DS after he cracks it in half like a Chromebook.
Thunder cunting it across the room like my hamster.
Whoa, what? What? We can't end on that bombshell, Thunder cunting. What the fuck are you on about?
You ever seen that meme? It's like a newer one. It's like a it's like a really creepy dude standing in the background of the hallway, and
I'm just imagining a girl spreading her legs and it plays that thunderstorm sound effect from the Scooby-Doo intro.
No, just play the AC/DC.
No, like the one with the bats, like the and like the bat sound at the beginning of Scooby-Doo.
It's just like, I don't know. I saw a meme where it was like me thunder cunting my hamster across the room after losing another ranked match.
Listen, I get the term shit whipping because it's what monkeys do. They whip their shit at people. Who the fuck, like, are you just clapping your labia so hard it makes a thunder sound? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Alright, you know, bye.
Bye.